Tonight on Newswatch 18, sexual assaults are on the rise on ISU. Stay tuned to see what organizations help victims here on campus.
And despite chilly temperatures yesterday, students on campus found a way to stay active and warm with paint.
And find out how your forecast looks for your drive home for Thanksgiving break. All this and more tonight on Newswatch 18. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jared Ransom.
And I'm Emily Bloomquist.
Iowa State has seen a rise in sexual assaults during the last 2 years. This information comes from the Safety and News Statistics that the university reports annually. There were 20 reported cases of sexual assault in 2009. This is up from the 10 cases reported 2 years ago. Now, some wonder whether assaults are actually rising or whether victims are more comfortable seeking help through the organizations ISU provides. Access and SART are two organizations on campus determined to heighten awareness and aid assault victims.
And those were the words of our participant in this week's Paint Wars. What are Paint Wars? Well, actually, it's a fundraiser. Students split up into teams and try to get their color of paint on the opposing teams. They used diluted paint on sponge balls, and there was soap available so students could wash off afterwards. The event was sponsored by Dance Marathon, Student Alumni Leadership Council, and Student Union Board.
Iowa State students are helping the national organization Oxfam fight world hunger by donating one meal of their meal plan this week. Oxfam is a group working in 90 countries to find sustainable solutions for poverty and injustice issues worldwide. According to the Oxfam America's Food for All fact sheet, over 925 million people worldwide suffer from chronic hunger. Iowa State students can donate at the 3 dining centers on campus through Friday.
And here's a GSB update for you. Student Government President Luke Rolling addressed student debt and said now is not the most opportune time to convene a financial literacy peer mentoring group. Red Bull Extreme Events Club received more than $600 to travel to a Red Bull Trail Days and for canoes and tents for a camping trip. Along with that, the Volleyball Club received more than $500 for antennas and volleyballs so the club can host a tournament. The Puerto Rican Club was funded $2,500 for a cultural night set to take place in a couple weeks. And Team Prism was allocated several $1,000s for a chance to race in the Formula Sun Grand Prix in 2011.
Now, yesterday was Humanitarian Awareness Day. Several ISU humanitarian groups spoke to a crowd of 50 people last night at the MU as part of the event. Groups such as UNICEF at ISU had a chance to speak to students on important issues in developing countries, such as the spread of malaria, the problems with education, and so on. Students that want to make a difference in developing countries without denting their wallets can join UNICEF at ISU by visiting their Facebook page or by going to the chapter's student organization webspace.
The National Retail Federation has predicted increases in holiday sales for this coming season, despite the still recovering economy. But ISU economist Liesl Eathington says the organization misses a more important point. Eathington suggests that many households still won't have extra income to spend this holiday and says we should be more concerned with the long-term well-being of Iowa households. Eathington adds that unemployment and lingering job security concerns may dampen the spending impulses of Iowans.
Now, Thanksgiving break is getting really close, and I'm assuming most students want to know how that weather for travel is going to be. So can you give us some insight on that?
Well, we've had a cool couple of days, but it looks like that's going to turn around tomorrow and even into the weekend. If we take a look at the day planner, you can see tonight temperatures dipping down into the 30s, getting below that freezing mark. 8 a.m. tomorrow as you're heading into class, 31 degrees. The sun does pop out there in the morning, but clouds will continue to build in throughout the afternoon, with temperatures only reaching about the mid-40s. All of the rest of your 5-day forecast after the break.
You know, recently a woman wrote me to say nobody cares what happens to her money. Well, that's just not true. For 75 years, the FDIC has protected the money you deposit in banks. Those depositors have never lost 1 penny in the history of the FDIC. So here's the bottom line. You just can't put your money in the bank and not know how FDIC insurance works. You have got to make sure your money is 100% protected. So I want you to go to myfdicinsurance.gov and click on Edie the Estimator. In just a few simple steps, Edie lets you know if all your money is safe and sound. If I were you, I would want to know that. Who cares more about your money than you, me, and the FDIC?
Susie's right. Visit myfdicinsurance.gov and use Edie, the estimator, because the more you know, the safer your money.
Es tu ambiente, la prueba de ratón, la salud la protege, hazlo verde, verde, verde.
El vivir verde es asegurarse que el aire en su hogar es saludable para su familia. Asegúrese de hacer una prueba de radón en su hogar. Es fácil. Para saber más, llame al 866-528-3187. Proteja la salud y el bienestar de su familia. Haga la prueba de radón en su hogar. Eso es vivir de manera saludable y verde.
La prueba de ratón, la salud la protege, hazlo verde, verde, verde.
La prueba de radón es fácil. Solo llame al 866-528-3187.
All right, welcome back to Newswatch 18. Take a look at current conditions outside. It is actually not sunny outside right now. 31 degrees, a dew point of 26, setting that relative humidity right there at 82%. Winds out of the southeast, though, at only 7 miles per hour. Let's take a look at low temperatures out there right now. 34 in Ankeny, 30 up in Fort Dodge, and even 34 over in Carroll. As you zoom out a little bit, you can see temperatures up in Mason City, 28 Des Moines, sitting at a nice 35. Over to the west, though, temperatures a bit warmer at 37 over in Council Bluffs. As you take a look at low temperatures today, 32 down in Des Moines, 25 over in Mason City, even 27 in Council Bluffs. You can see the urban heat island effect really impacting Des Moines temperatures, giving them a warmer low than expected. High temperatures today, 39 in Des Moines, 43, again, temperatures staying nicer over to the west of Council Bluffs, even a little 37 over here off in Davenport. As we take a look at our forecast winds set to increase throughout the day as this cold front approaches off the west. And you can see that'll pretty much move through over on Sunday, giving us a chance for scattered showers on Sunday, mostly clouds though, as we move into the weekend and early into next week. As we take a look at forecast temperatures, temperature tonight reaching down around the 30 mark. You can see off to the west, though, staying a little warmer. As this progresses through, we can see temperatures tomorrow into the mid to upper 40s, getting close to that 50-degree mark, but not quite there. Tonight, though, 28 degrees, winds out of the south at 10 to 15. Those clouds persisting, though, mainly overnight. And then into tomorrow, seasonable temperatures, we're getting right about average, 45 degrees, winds out of the east at 5 to 10, sunny skies. Take a look at the 5-day forecast. Friday, you can see temperatures 47, and then Saturday, as most of you are traveling home, 40 degrees. Sunday, there's a chance for precipitation, not too high chance though. Temperatures still staying nice as we build into next week, 51 there. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, though, temperatures getting down to around the 40-degree mark with lows about the mid-30s.
So not the biggest chance for snow over the traveling time.
No, not at all.
Okay, so just keep the windows up and turn the heat on.
Oh, yes. If you actually want to talk about travel, I've prepared a special travel graphic we can look at. If we do that, this is our Thanksgiving travel. These are Saturday temperatures. You can see Minnesota up around 60 degrees. Chicago, O'Hare, about 45 degrees. You can see really the outlier there. Los Angeles, temperature sitting around the 70-degree mark. But showers will be persisting around there along a stalled cold front, which could delay air traffic in that region. But all in all, most of the country staying pretty clear, allowing basically air travel to be pretty uninterrupted.
Perfect. Thank you, Nick.
Yep.
So we've talked about traveling outside of Ames. What about in town?
Some Ames departments and divisions will be closed during Thanksgiving break. City Hall and the Public Library will be closed the day of and the day after Thanksgiving.
The Municipal Pool and Ice Arena will also be closed on Thanksgiving Day. And as far as getting around goes, Cyride won't be running at all on Thanksgiving Day.
And Cyride will run a break schedule for Friday and Saturday after the holiday. Finally, the Resource Recovery Plant will also be closed on Thanksgiving Day.
All the better reason to stay home with family on Thanksgiving. Coming up after the break, Aaron Bauer will join us at the desk for a sports update.
Stay tuned right here. You're watching Newswatch 18.
America is turning over a new leaf, the Smart Way leaf. Smart Way from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency is changing the way America drives. Look for the Smart Way leaf to help you identify environmentally friendlier cars and trucks. Smart Way certified cars and trucks are more fuel efficient, produce fewer greenhouse gases, and can save you money. And when you're helping the environment, it's a nice reflection on you. Smart Way, because it's time America turned over a new leaf. Follow the leaf. Go to www.epa.gov/smartway.
It wasn't supposed to be like this. My baby's so worried. My grandbaby's so tiny. No one knows why she was born premature. Or if she'll be okay. All we can do is wait for the answers.
And welcome back. The Iowa State women's volleyball team will look to end the season strong this weekend. Sunday, the number 16 Cyclones will travel to College Station, Texas to battle Texas A&M. Iowa State has won 4 meetings against the Aggies and won a 4-set win earlier this season. Iowa State will be led by senior Victoria Henson, who has tallied 387 kills already this season. First serve for the Cyclones and Aggies is scheduled for 2 p.m. Sunday inside Reed Arena. And the Cyclone men got a convincing win last night, defeating Drake 91-43. The win moved Fred Hoiberg to 3-0 on his early career, and senior Scott Christopherson tallied a career-high 29 points and went 11 for 11 from the field. The Cyclones will be back in action Sunday afternoon down at Wells Fargo Arena as they battle former head coach Greg McDermott and his Creighton Blue Jays. The Iowa State football team is still looking for that 6th win of the year. Iowa State will get its final shot Saturday as they host Missouri. Saturday will also be senior day, and senior Austin Arnaud, he will not be able to play because he's having full knee reconstruction after injuring it in the Colorado game. Jerome Tiller will lead the Cyclones Saturday, and the last time Tiller started was last season, and he led Iowa State to a 9-7 victory over Nebraska. The Cyclones and number 15 Tigers will kick off 6 p.m. Saturday evening, and the game will be televised live on Fox Sports Net. Finally, in other football news, fans attending the game Saturday are asked to bring a new, unwrapped toy or cash donation to the game to help support Toys for Tots. Also on Saturday, Iowa State University will be hosting the All-State Music Festival. Both events will overlap, so Iowa State fans are asked to arrive early to accommodate travel congestion.
Now that is all we have tonight for Newswatch. Have a safe and relaxing Thanksgiving break.
But not before heading out to the game on Saturdays to support our Cyclone football team. And we'll leave you with some of the best video from the big Iowa State freeze earlier this week. Thanks for joining us.